Welcome to the Beauty of Business podcast. My name is Amy, also known as Glam Girl Amy on Instagram. I'm a freelance makeup artist and graphic designer. In this podcast, I will be chatting with industry professionals in the beauty industry. Today's episode, I speak with Andi Asmaro, also known as Hair by Andi. Andi has been styling hair for over 8 years. He is well renowned for his beautiful, polished, yet glamorous hairstyles he creates for brides, models and celebrities. Andi has a natural gift for making a woman's hair the main focus of her look and an impressive understanding of how hair works. Andi has an ever-growing following on social media where he posts well-explained hair tutorials with his audience. Not only does he share his tips online, but Andi is also about to launch his first complete hair guide called $1 Million Hair Hacks, which will give artists an insight into his skill set and hair tricks. In this episode, Andi and I discuss his origin story into the hair world, his top business tricks that can be applied to any industry, and how COVID lockdown actually allowed him to unleash a lot of his creativity. Thanks, Andi, for coming. It's so good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no, I appreciate you being here. How are you? How have you been?
I've been doing very well.
That's good. Yeah, really good. You've had a busy morning,
yes.
I believe, yes?
Yes, I had a busy morning photo shooting today.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. Met some new people.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, expanding my connections there.
Yeah,
amazing.
Awesome.
So,
what kind of shoot did you do this morning?
So we done a skincare shoot this morning.
Oh, yeah.
It was so much on skin focus, but obviously having that hair neat and tidy, so it can look better in photos, I'd say.
Yeah, awesome.
So, yeah.
Yeah, hair's very important. I find when you do hair, because I know like how you do hair and you've done my hair before, I've been blessed by your hands. But yeah, no, when you do hair, I feel like it actually just makes the whole look, like it finishes it perfectly. So I can imagine you did an amazing job today. I can't wait to see those images.
I can't wait to see it. I mean, the photos turned out great. Yeah. From what we were looking at, behind the scenes. But I'm sure that they'll turn out amazing.
I bet they will. So, I bet they will. So let's ask you some questions about your story and how you got to where you are.
Yep.
You've been in the industry for over 8 years.
Yes.
What first attracted you to becoming a hairstylist and how did you get started?
Okay, so let's go back to when I was 8 years old.
Oh, wow.
This is when I actually started. This is when I started picking up the brush, put it on my auntie's hair, and it used to get stuck in there.
Oh my God, what?
And every time she wanted to take it out, she'll be screaming at me, but then she'll come back to me and be like, come play with my hair.
Oh my God.
So, this is how it all started. This is when I knew what I wanted to do, when I become older. So that was back in my country though. When I left my country, obviously I migrated to another country before I came to Australia. And then once I came here, I went to school obviously. And once I reached high school, this is when I knew that, it's time for me to begin. So before I left school in 1 year, this is when I started practicing. And immediately right after I left, this is when I threw myself out in the industry. And obviously that was with my 1 year of practicing. Only strictly practicing. No working on clients.
Oh my
not
gosh.
getting paid, nothing at all.
Wow. So you started practicing how old were you?
I was, you could say from 17.
Yeah, and you were just practicing on people you knew, family members, things like that?
That's right. I was practicing even before that, but I wasn't taking it as serious because I wanted to focus on my studies. But then when I reached year 12, I said next year is going to be the year is when my career, will begin. So, that's what I done. I practiced, spent nights and nights, especially on the weekends when I knew I didn't have school. Yeah. So this is what I'll be doing.
Oh my gosh. And then from where you practiced to when you actually started working on professional clients' hair, when was that and how did that kind of happen? Tell me like literally the beginning of your career and how old are you now?
Me, I'm 26.
Yeah, okay, you're still so young. Yeah. I feel like I'm older than you, but that doesn't feel, that was weird. Because you're so mature and you know what you're doing. Yeah. But because so at 17 you started practicing, but then how did you get into actual hair? Did you work at a hair salon or did you just start freelancing straight away?
At first I started my own Facebook page.
Oh
Instagram
my gosh.
It did exist, but it wasn't as big. Facebook was bigger.
Yeah.
So I started that. I started getting a few clients here and there, but I knew that I needed to be out in a salon, for people to know me more. So I worked at a local salon that was next to my house. And then I pretty much went there on the weekend. And I literally just started doing clients over there. And I used to learn from the hairdresser, which is the owner of the salon. So what I used to do was I just used to look at what she used to do and then implement it right away.
Oh, wow.
So this is how that's how I strengthen my skill. And obviously to make me become better and better and better. And that even after the salon, I used to go home and practice as well.
So you have a massive passion for hairstyling. Like
Definitely.
You're so passionate about it.
Yeah, definitely.
And
definitely.
Was that an apprenticeship that you did there, or was it more just kind of like winging it?
It was just helping. It was just helping. So I didn't get my certificate until 2 years ago, actually. So before that, I was just strictly working on hairstyling, what my profession is, and until this day, it's my strength and my profession more than anything else.
Like I feel like you actually have a gift for doing hair. Like you have a gift.
You.
I feel like you're gifted, but then you also, on top of being gifted, you work really hard.
Oh, definitely.
You work so hard.
I mean,
I think the combination of the two,
absolutely,
it pays off really, really well for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you definitely work hard. Like nothing has been handed to you. Hey, like you've worked so hard for where you are.
Yeah, I've worked really hard. I could say that, and especially in the last couple of months, I think I've pushed myself to the limit, to keep doing what I'm doing and get better and better and better. So you got to throw yourself out there in order to be out there. You can't sit home and expect to be out there and, get well known and get booked out, for nearly everything. So
I think you're a great example of like being consistent. You're very consistent with all the looks you do, your social media presence,
definitely
providing free content to your audience.
Definitely.
You do that, and that's
all the time,
and you do it really well as well.
Yeah, all the time.
Let's quickly chat about some challenges you may have had when you were first starting out. Do you have any moments that you can think of that was a big challenge you had to overcome to get kind of where you are?
Yeah, I had a bit of a block when I first started, which was my mother. My mother actually did not let me be what I wanted to be.
Isn't that
it's crazy?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And does she support you now?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
She's my number one supporter.
Oh,
so
that's
when
beautiful.
I first started, she thought that I could do something better.
Okay.
Go to uni, study, which I did. I did go to uni.
You did go. What did you study?
I did 2 bachelors and I dropped out.
You just knew you had to
in the middle of the battle, I dropped out, and then I went and studied again, and then I dropped out, and then I said, "That's it, no more studying for me."
Funny.
I think I'm just gonna focus on what I'm doing. This is when I decided to go to college and get my full qualifications in hairdressing, which is my certificate 3, which makes me a qualified hairdresser.
Perfect. Yes.
So, and then
So she wanted you to do. She wanted you to be something better.
Better, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what she wanted me to do, pretty much. So, and then fast forward 8 years down the track, she's now my number one supporter, as I said before. She encourages me to do, anything that's going to come my way that's related to my industry, whether it's learning from another professionals or whether it's going overseas and learning from other professionals. So, yeah, it's a win-win sort of thing now,
So that isn't that interesting? Your first challenge was your own your own mum,
definitely
someone that
definitely.
you kind of, a lot of people may take for granted that their mum supports them in no matter what they do. But your mum, what do you think was her concern? She wanted you to be like a doctor or like a lawyer or something. Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, something along those lines. But I knew that this wasn't going to happen. I knew that it wasn't something that I really wanted to do. It wasn't something that I'm passionate about as much as I'm passionate about my career.
And how did you convince your mum that this is the thing that you should be doing? Was it that you showed her that you could be successful in it? Is that when it was at the moment she was like, okay, Andy, you can do what you want to do?
Yeah, so pretty much a couple of months down the track of when I started, she started seeing that I'm doing well, I'm getting clients here and there, and then obviously fast forward after 8 months, my clientele started to grow, and then this is when she thought, yep, that's it. My son knows what he wants to do. So
Okay, so
pretty
advice
cool.
you'd give to other people that may be having the same challenge as you.
Yes.
What would that advice be?
I've had a few people message me before telling me that they've had challenges with their parents because they don't want them to be hairdressers or whatever their whatever career that they want to get in. All I'm gonna say is that don't listen to anybody. Listen to yourself. Go out there and do it. You know, even if they are not your supporters right now, but then they'll become your supporters, you know, later down the track once they see your success rising and rising.
Yeah.
So this is my biggest giveaway that I could give, you know.
Great advice.
So yeah.
And I think also what a motivating tool. I'm going to show them that I can do this.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
it's motivating.
I mean, there will be down moments.
Of
There
course.
will be moments where you don't want to do it because of your parents or because of whoever, but never let that stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep going.
Yeah.
You know, don't let anything stop you, and especially if you're really, really, really passionate about it. So yeah, that's my biggest advice.
I think that's a really valuable tip.
Yeah, definitely.
So thanks for sharing that, Andy.
No problems, no worries.
Okay, what do you love most about being a hairstylist?
Getting to meet so many people
Yeah.
and putting a smile on people's faces.
Oh
of
yeah,
course. So yeah,
that's so valuable.
providing the service and providing, you know, what I'd say what they expect, but even better than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've had clients where, you know, they'll show me a hairstyle, I'll recreate it, but my way, and then they'll be like, oh my god, this is even better than the photo that I showed you.
Yeah.
You know, that is so rewarding for me.
Yeah. I remember you showed me a photo when you did my hair.
Yeah.
And you showed me the photo, I think was it of Lily Galici?
The Lily Galici vibe
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, you actually made me, like, my hair was like literally like you put Lily Galici's hair on my head.
Exactly.
But it was better, like you said, like it was better.
Considering that you didn't have hair extensions as well.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just your natural hair, which you
that is what's impressive.
naturally have thick hair.
It's actually, it's not as thick as you made it look. Like you really worked the hair.
Of course. It's a technique. It's a technique, and it's the way you curl, it's the way you brush out, it's the way you tease. It's everything impacts at the end of the day.
Oh, thank you. I'll have to put like the photo like in here so people can see it of what you did.
Definitely.
I'll put it in. But no, that was amazing.
That went viral actually.
Oh, did it?
Yes, I think it reached like maybe over 1,000 likes.
Ooh.
I would say. Yeah.
Ooh.
It went viral.
Special
which was
that
so
I
good.
got to
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I honestly think that I actually never felt more glam than when you did my hair. Like that was like I remember that. And I always think to myself in my head, I'm like, if I ever like have like a birthday or an event for myself, that I should get you to do my hair.
Definitely.
But I think I always like end up, you get too late and then I'm like, oh, Andy's gonna be booked
out.
He's booked for sure. He's booked for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that. That's a really nice like reason to like be into what you do and passionate about what you do.
Definitely. Yes.
Okay. Your clientele is a mixture of brides, influencers, models, and brands. Tell us a little bit about how you balance all these roles throughout your week.
Yeah.
And also how you bring your look into all these kind of different environments.
Cool. So, from Monday throughout to Thursday, this is when I do all of the photo shoots. And obviously, people booking me for their campaign or whatever they have. And then obviously we have our Friday, Saturday, Sunday that's for strictly for bridal and people attending, to events, right? Which is when most artists out there are actually busy.
Yes.
So sometimes I can manage to fit photo shoot in maybe Friday, Saturday or Sunday, but that is rare.
Yeah.
I would say that is rare.
And what about like coronavirus? Has that like made it, like how did you handle that with all your bookings and stuff?
It did stop
it stopped obviously when we had to stop. But it took so much out of me as well, and it brought my creativity to myself as well. So like I started becoming more creative. I started practicing more. I started doing things that I wasn't doing before. Because you're busy?
Because I was so busy with myself, and doing time management can be a pain sometimes, right? So like you could be like, oh, I'm gonna do this for 2 hours, but then it drags for like 4 hours,
of course.
Then it ruins everything.
The whole day is thrown off.
So I think doing all of these things for myself made me realize how important my career is, right? And I was already I know that I'm doing well for myself, but I said, you still need to expand. You still need to do something that you're not doing before. If you keep doing what you're doing, you know, you'll plateau, right? But then if you keep doing things that you're not doing, this is when you get against your limit and you get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I love that.
So
in the coronavirus kind of time period where there was less people booking hair for events, you focused on content creation? Content creation,
yes. So I pretty much invited as many influencers or as many models as I can to come in and obviously style their hair and do their makeup and and take photos and post it out.
And I feel like you've like grown your Instagram a lot since kind of doing that. You've always done content creation though for a very long time.
Yeah, especially this year.
Yeah.
Especially this year. This year is like I skyrocket.
You've
doing,
really,
you know, models after models, photo shoots after photo shoots.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, your work is incredible and you're super consistent with pumping out content. What are some tips you can give us on creating hair content and keeping it consistent?
Okay. So I'm going to give you my example of what I have been doing lately, right? So before I started creating the content I'm creating right now, I would literally post anything, whether it's the photo of back of the hair or whether it's, for example, a photo from far. So it became really inconsistent, right? So there was no consistency whatsoever.
Okay.
So I started looking at other artists' page, right? That are, you know, that have a huge following and, you know, and not just in Australia but all over the world, right? And then I decided to start posting photos that show the face and the hair as well, because clients were coming to me asking me, how does the front look like, right? And I'll be like, oh, I don't have a photo of the front.
Wow,
right?
Isn't that funny?
So most of my clients actually don't really, I'm not going to say they don't really care, but they're concerned more about how they're going to look from the front rather than the back.
I guess that's what you see when you look in the mirror.
That's exactly
and that's
right.
if I was coming to you, I probably wouldn't really care what my back of my head
You would
like.
want to see what that's going to look like, and even if that doesn't suit them, we can obviously change it around. So what I started doing was every single person that I do, right, I started taking photos from the front, but obviously in different angles, right? So it can be sidewards, it can be from backwards, it can be just frontwards, you know. She could be tilting her head or she could be lifting her head or just something like that, just to break it up and not make it look, you know, front. And then it becomes, I don't know, I reckon it's going to become like not consistent in a way.
Yeah.
I don't focus on color a lot. A lot of people focus on colors. For example, you've got your blondes, you've got your brunettes, you've got your, you know, the black hair, or you've got, you know, other colors as well. I think my main focus is to have clear images, right?
High res.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
That's exactly right.
Good lighting.
Beautiful, clean, good lighting, looking fresh, you know. That's what I have been focusing on lately, and I think that that did make a huge difference to my page as well.
Yeah. So I remember at the time you did my hair, which I think was like this time last year when you first
somewhere around this time. Yeah.
You were doing a lot of hair tutorials.
Yes, I was.
You did like super informative tutorials.
Yes.
Tell us about the engagement you got from those and what you're doing now. You're doing more imagery, that's exactly right. Yeah. What has changed and what was your reason for doing so?
Before when I was doing videos of how to steps, I would probably invite one model in. Which can take up to 3 to 4 hours. Creating that content, making sure the camera is sitting in the middle, making sure the lighting is right, making sure, you know, the model is sitting right in the middle. So because it has happened to me before where I finished shooting and then I look at my laptop and then the model's gone sideways. Does that make sense? Because the chair rolls without me knowing.
Oh my God.
So that kind of, I felt like it took so much time, and even editing takes so much time, considering that in the last couple of months I've had so much going on. This is why I kind of stopped filming.
But I
still do it.
Yeah.
Engagement wise, yes, I did get a lot of engagement, though it depended on the hairstyle. So I knew what was going to go viral and I knew what wasn't. So that's why I kind of pick and choose what I'm going to video and what I'm not going to video. Either way, I reckon I should be doing both, because it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. People still want to see how I created that look.
Yeah.
Right? Or maybe get like a tip out of it, or maybe like just see what product I'm using there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, but I'll definitely go back to doing videos.
You've just been super busy?
I've just been super,
so it hasn't
super
been
busy,
super, you haven't like intentionally really stopped doing it. It's more that you've been flat out and you just, the time that it takes to do it.
And sometimes like we're shooting 2 models a day, right? So I've got to wait for her makeup to be finished, and then I've got to do the hair, and then we still have another model to do. So I mainly focus on taking videos after the model is finished.
When they're all done.
Obviously posing, showing her hair, making the video look great, obviously. I mean, don't get me wrong. Taking after videos, these can go viral as well, because people get to see the movement of the person, right? They get to see how the hair looks on the side. They get to see what the makeup looks like on video, because obviously video and photo look different.
Yeah, I agree.
Different processes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, okay. So, let me talk a little bit about the business side of hairstyling. You're a freelancer.
Definitely, freelancer.
So how do you keep up with your admin, your books, your customer service, and all the marketing? How do you juggle that as a one-man show?
Oh my goodness! That takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of takes a lot out of you as well. So during the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't touch we don't do admin work whatsoever, right? We are just strictly focusing on the clients that we have, right? And then I've got from Monday to Thursday, this is where I do all of my admin work. This is where I answer inquiries, do a lot of confirmations as well, and also speak to anybody that wants to speak to me, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So we mainly focus on emails and text messages, just so we could keep everything in reference.
Right? Yeah.
So sometimes if we do over the phone, sometimes people tend to forget what they have booked or what they have said, and that's happened. And sometimes I forget too.
Yeah.
So to be safe for both, that's what we do.
Yeah.
So we just keep everything in email and text message.
Yeah, perfect.
So this is how we kind of handle.
Yep, that's your way of doing it. And then like marketing, pretty much Instagram, Like you just market on Instagram. That's the only kind of avenue you're using at the moment.
Instagram, definitely.
And you're just flat out, and that's like working for you. Like you're
definitely.
so busy. Hey,
I would also give out a point with Instagram is promote. Right. Promote your posts.
Promote a post. Yeah.
They work wonders. For me, they've worked so well. I've promoted my posts. I've gained followers. I've gained traction. I've gained business. I've gained, a lot of things, right? It's not going to happen from the first, obviously. You got to keep doing it in order for you to see results.
Yeah, I feel like you also need to do it the right way. That you can do it the wrong way, right?
Definitely.
Like if you don't pick the right targeted audience,
definitely,
maybe you don't budget enough or something like that.
Exactly.
How have you learnt to promote your posts? Did you just trial and error, or did you watch YouTube videos or anything like that?
All I've done was trial and error, though there are a lot of videos out there.
There are a lot, hey.
I haven't personally watched any. There are some people that market and promote their posts every single day, because obviously you can set a time limit with Instagram promotion. I usually do it. I run a post for about maybe 3 to 4 days to see. So in the last 2 posts, got amazing traction, over 1,000 likes, and I maybe gained like a few followers from the promotion, which is not.
And they're like organic followers that actually are looking for hairstyle content.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're going to be valuable followers for you. They're not just going to unfollow at some point. You know what I mean? Exactly. You get that sometimes.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I mean, it happens with everything. So,
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. I like that. I actually haven't promoted any of my posts because I just don't know how to do it, and whenever I try and do it, I don't do it right. So now that you've said that it works really well for you, I'm going to look into it.
We can definitely work through that.
I don't know why it doesn't. Whenever I do it, it doesn't like accept the promotion. Like Facebook has to review it, and then it doesn't.
Yes, because you got to remember that Facebook and Instagram are linked together. Facebook. It's either Facebook owns Instagram or Instagram owns Facebook.
Some
one of
link.
them. So yeah, you got to connect your business Facebook page to Instagram.
Yeah, I have done that.
That's
I
how
don't know
it
why
works.
it doesn't work for me. I'll have to
It's probably like an error from the setting that you got to fix or something. Most of the time, it's about credit card and your payment that doesn't go through.
Okay.
So you got to make sure that you have these there in order for Facebook and Instagram to accept it.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out because I thought in my head I was like, it's not working. It must be like crap.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It works. It's actually
It's
really
working.
good. And what I like about Instagram is, for example, let's say you want to promote your post for 5 days, right? Instagram will not charge you unless those 5 days are over. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's how it happens with me. So they give you the result first and then they charge you. Yeah, sometimes for some reason it goes out of my Apple Pay, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's what it does.
All right, I need to look into this.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, good tip though.
Yeah.
All right, you've had some incredible success in working with brands on campaign shoots. What is some advice you'd give others to wanting to branch into that side of the industry? Because it's not easy to get noticed by brands.
Definitely not.
There's so many hairstylists. There's so many makeup artists. How do you stand out from the pack as a hairstylist? And how did the campaign shoots that you've done, how have you been noticed for them?
I would say Instagram. This is how they found me, right? So obviously every single person has their signature looks, right? They ran after my signature look. This is what they wanted. This is what they wanted to try out, right? So I got the first the first company that I got contacted by was maybe 4 months ago. That was literally the first company.
4 months ago?
4 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And then 4 months down the track,
You've done so many
I've
now.
done like several companies
You've done
right now.
heaps.
Yeah, I've done heaps. Right?
And not just like one off, like you've done multiple, hey?
Yeah, I've done multiple.
Yeah.
Like in the last couple of weeks, I've had a shoot like nearly every single day.
That's so good, Andy. Like, good on you.
Honestly,
you've
it's
worked
amazing
hard for
because this is the path that I wanted to go through, because I really wanted to shift, because yes, I do bridal, I love bridal, but I felt like that I needed to shift.
But you know what, also it really gives you work Monday to Friday.
Yes, it does.
Because
Definitely.
bridal, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, what do you do for the rest of the week if this is all you do? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
definitely.
it really and it's very rewarding, because you're getting your work photographed beautifully by professionals, and you're working with other professionals
as well. And another thing what I love about it is that you build so many connections. Connections are everything. This is what I'm gonna say. And this is so from one company created connection, there, and then it went there, and then it went to the next company, to the next company, and to the next company.
Isn't that like, it's like a domino effect? Like,
definitely.
You don't realize. It's like, it trickles through. And
exactly.
I do believe that, when you say yes to opportunities, even if you don't think you're ready for them, it opens up new doors, right?
New doors, I mean, there were so many, for example, let's put hairstyles in perspective, right? So I'm known to be known for my glamorous hairstyles, right?
Yeah.
Jumping from glamorous to editorial, I found that really difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, because I haven't really done editorial, but I had really supportive people in the team trying to push me. Come on, you can do it. Just look at the photo and recreate it yourself. Just don't make it look glamorous. Make it look effortless. Make it look easy, right? And slowly, I built that.
Yeah, it's interesting because that's something that you had to overcome, is the challenge of, I do this, like you were doing like super structured, polished waves, or perfectly positioned updos, you know what I mean?
That's exactly right.
And then to have, I feel like with like a lot of campaigns, from what I've seen as a makeup artist, seems to be the effortless waves they want.
Yes, that's pretty much most of the styles that they want. So
and like, I'm not a hairstylist. I have no idea how to do hair, just FYI.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel like effortless waves actually don't seem effortless. They look like they'd be hard to do. Like, because when you're heating the hair, doesn't it want to just stay really tight?
Exactly.
Curls?
I keep it really tight, and then I open it. I mean, I always ask for photos from obviously from companies that I work with, I always ask, well, how do you want your waves? Because there are a couple of different. There are like beachy waves, there are like textured waves, there's polished waves, and there's your glamorous waves.
The Hollywood.
Hollywood waves, exactly. So which one do you exactly want?
Yeah.
Majority of them, they want it in between. They don't want it too glamorous, but they don't want it too simple at the same time. So we keep that in between.
Okay.
That is actually one of my most requested looks.
Oh wow.
To do on set.
Yeah.
Which is
And how long does it take you to do that? Like,
before it used to take me maybe around an hour. This year I can probably nail it within 35 to 40 minutes.
Oh, that's so good.
So I worked really, really hard on it. I worked on how I can be fast and how I can work better with my sections, right? It's all about the sectioning at the end of the day. If you know how to section, if your sections are clean, if your work is clean, you'll finish in no time.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
I can't even begin. It would for me. I'm terrible at hair.
See, and it would be the same thing for makeup. For me, right? I wouldn't know how to do anything at all.
Yeah, it's so funny. You should actually try and do makeup one day. That'd be so funny. Like you with contouring someone. I love that. I love to see that.
Oh my god,
that's so funny. Okay, let's go. You have some super informative hair tutorials on Instagram. What inspired you to create these, and what success have you had from them? I did touch on that earlier.
Yes, of
You've
course.
got the how to do this, how to do
definitely.
that. For me, it seems like for you naturally that was something that you should do. You were like, I need to do this, and I just did it, right?
Yeah.
But for some other people, it might be hard to get in front of the camera, explain how to do it. What inspired you to get that started? Did you have a lot of people asking for it?
Yes, I had people asking, and I also saw other artists doing it as well, and I'm like, wow, this actually looks so cool. I'm gonna try that, doing it my way, see how I'd go.
Because I feel like I haven't seen anyone do it the way you do it. Like, you're very step by step. You show a lot of detail.
Yeah, I do. I like to show,
and you have you in it too, and I like that. I like that you're in the video.
In the video, exactly. Yeah. So I'd be talking at in some videos and explaining how this could be done, and that I felt like it blew up in a way, because a lot of people were telling me, wow, this is amazing, this is so informative, we're actually learning, which is what really makes me happy and drives me to do even more and more and more. Right. So and sometimes I would be showing hairstyles without me talking. I'll just put music in the background and just pretty much be showing step by step, but I'll be showing something easy though, nothing too complicated, right? Unless I'm just doing like a glam, right? Or like a 1 minute glam, which what Instagram allows the time frame with posting videos. Yeah. I mean, now that we have IGTV, it's so much better.
Yeah, you can do way more.
Exactly, you can do way more.
Yeah. I feel like to overcome, some people might not be able to overcome being confident enough to kind of get in front of the camera and do it. What would you say to anyone feeling that way?
Practice. If you're not confident, practice at first, right? Click record. Still, click record. Don't just sit in front of the camera and pretend you're talking to the camera. No, click record, talk, watch yourself, see what mistakes you've done and see how you could, fix them within yourself. Maybe show it to somebody else to give you a little feedback. Yeah. Because that's what I used to do. I used to just record, delete, record, delete, record, delete until I got it right.
So you've invested a lot of time in doing this, right?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I'm still not perfect. I'm still working on it, right? So it takes a lot of time. I feel like it's also so amazing that you're giving free education. You're literally giving your audience something for free. Yeah, definitely.
And in return, you've gotten so much. You've gotten, a loyal following.
Definitely.
You've had brands notice you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You're working with a lot of a wider range of types of jobs and things like that.
Yeah.
So you put in the hard yards, you put in the hard time, because it's very time consuming to record all that.
So
editing is so much.
Yeah.
But you by giving out free content, you're getting back from it.
It is.
Which is really amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very rewarding.
Yes.
Well, so
well, that's awesome. And do you get heaps of messages of people like, I watched this and now I know how to do it?
I've had tell me, oh my god, some of the stuff that you posted in there, I'm using it and it's changed, the game for my hair.
Oh yeah, boom, there you
that's
go.
It. I know that I've done my job.
And that's amazing. And do you feel like it's people watching on their own hair, or for like hairstylists wanting to learn your techniques on clients?
I have had so many hairstylists asking me about my technique and how I do it, because they want to learn it and they want to apply it to their clients. But at the same time, I've had clients themselves watch the tutorials that I do and obviously apply it to their own hair, right? So made a big difference to their hair, and it also cut time as well for them, and they just gained that that little tip that could change everything for them.
That's impressive. I think when you were doing my hair, you used, what's that powder wax stuff on my hair?
The dusting powder.
That
one.
And then I think I had the same one I remember I had the same one.
You did.
The company sent it to me, and then I used it, and I was like, I didn't even know how to use this, and after I saw you using it on me, I learned.
It's actually not that difficult. You just gotta pretty much just do it. Even if you don't get it right the first time, you got to right the second time or the third time. You know what I mean?
Practice.
Which is everything.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think also you're really gifted, so.
Thank you.
But no, you're good at what you do. Okay, I really want to talk to you about this. You're coming out with a book very soon, $1 Million Hair Hacks.
Yes.
So a physical book.
Yes.
I would love to hear about that in more detail. Tell us about the book and what inspired you to start writing that and creating it.
Wow. Okay. So I'll cut this short for you guys. So. 3 years ago, I attended a seminar, a business seminar. I'm a very business-minded.
Yes, right? I remember when I saw you at
exactly, and I saw you at a business
event.
Success Resources.
What was that? Yeah, Success.
It was Tom
was there. Yeah,
that came to Australia. So
he was so good. Hey,
he was amazing.
I love him.
Yeah, definitely.
He
was amazing. Yeah. So 3 years ago, I found this event, and it was a lot about business stuff, how you can grow your business, how you can scale up, scale your business to the next level. And I said yes.
Making automated passive income.
Yeah,
things like
all
that.
these sort of things. Yeah, invested in that. Went, and the cool thing about this event was that there would be a time. It was a 4-day event. There would be a time where your turn would come up, and you would be sitting in the hotspot seat, right? You'd be literally sitting in the middle of the crowd.
Yeah.
You have 3 coaches sitting down, and you will literally give out your business, right? And then they will give you, for example, this one will be like, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do that.
Oh my gosh, that is so valuable.
Yes, and then you get the second coach saying, and then the third coach saying, whatever they come up with. Okay?
When was this?
So this was back in 2018.
Okay,
so 2 years ago.
Yep. Keep going. Sorry,
that's all right.
Yeah.
So I met this wonderful lady over there she's a coach from South Africa, and the minute that I saw her, I said, I want to be coached by her, not just today, but for any other, for my business in general. So invested in that as well. And
like a mentoring
sessions. That's exactly. So a business. She's a business coach.
Oh, she's a business coach.
So she used to strictly business coach me in my business and how I can grow my business and what we can do. So one day I was sitting down and I said to her, Cherie, I know that I post a lot of photos of my work on Instagram. I said, but I don't feel like that. People are getting value out of it, right? So they're looking at the photos, they're getting inspired. Yes, all right, next, right? I said, I don't want that. I said, what is it that we could come up with that could, change my page and grow my following?
Love that.
And then she said to me, get your pen and paper out right now. I'm like, oh God.
Oh my God.
And then she straight away threw at me. She's like to me, you are challenged with 365 hair hacks. She goes, starting from next week or whenever you want to start, till next year like this time, you will be giving away a tip every single day, and it does not matter what it is. It does not matter whether it's, don't use this, or it doesn't matter whether it's even a tutorial. It can be anything regarding hair. And
wow,
it can also be regarding about different types of hair, right? It can be regarding about food, recipes,
just any free tip.
Just pretty much anything that's got to do with hair. right? Then she said to me, but you're going to keep it quiet and you're not going to tell anybody, right?
Yeah, sorry.
About your book. It's all right. About your book until the 365 days are actually over. So while I was doing the 365 days, this is when I started writing the book. And then I announced the book about maybe a couple of weeks after I had finished my 365 days.
Wow. And when did you finish the 365 days? Because I remember I saw a post on Instagram because you had a balloon.
We began October 2018 and it was finished last year, 2019. So it's going to be my 1 year anniversary soon.
Oh my gosh. Oh, congratulations. So then you started the book, right? So
I was actually working on the book
while you're doing the hacks.
While I was doing the hacks, but obviously like I couldn't say anything out because I didn't know what was going to happen. I was like, I'll keep it quiet, still pump out content as much as I can. That was my main focus because I knew the book would come either way.
Yeah.
But my main focus was to pump out as much content as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah. Okay, and now tell us a little bit about the book. It's the hacks, obviously.
Yes.
And can you talk a little bit about the production, how you got into that, how you wrote the book, how you work with the editor, how you picked a cover? Can you give us a little bit of details about that?
So obviously I had so many ups and downs, which that's with anything, right? When you're working on a huge project, you can't just expect to go right. There's going to be some ups and downs. You're learning. It's something you've never done. Exactly, something that I've never done before.
Yeah, you're learning.
It took so much out of my time. It put me through under so much stress, sleepless nights, being worried so much because I want to make sure that what I'm writing is actually right and not whatever. Yes, it may sound easy, hack 1, wash your hair the right way or something like that. And then you'd explain how you wash your hair. But you got to make sure that whatever you have written relates to what you are talking about and you don't go off track.
Yeah.
Right? And believe it or not, I pretty much rewrote the book twice.
Did you really?
Yes, I pretty much rewrote because, I don't know, like I was excited to the point I was writing whatever, and then when I went back to reading it, I'm like, what have I written there?
Isn't that funny?
So
it's because you know what it is, you've got so much knowledge in your brain and you're trying to get it all out without sounding like a lunatic.
No, definitely. So once I finished writing that, we done a huge photo shoot, a 2-day photo shoot, morning to night.
For each hack?
Not each hack, because I do have some hairstyles over there. Showing people how they could achieve that hairstyle at home.
Yeah.
Right? So this is the photo shoot that we've done. We have about 70 hairstyles to showcase, right? From like just working on a fringe to working on a whole hairstyle.
Wow.
So this book is going to become more of a magazine, right?
Okay.
It's going to be like picture book in a way.
With the tips next to it.
With tips next to it, right? But there's also tips without the pictures because some tips you can't really have pictures in.
I know
it's just straightforward knowledge. You just gotta.
So for instance, like you said, like how to wash your hair.
Exactly.
Like get to the scalp.
That's exactly right. So this can all be done with explanation, right? But when I'm showing a hair on how you can achieve a hairstyle, this is when I have a few photos in there. Though I don't have a photo for every single tip because some tips are very straightforward. But for the majority, I've got all photos in there. It's made it super, super, super easy to achieve, nice and clean hairstyles out there.
Oh, perfect. I can't wait to look at it,
I
read
can't
it,
wait for it
touch
to be finished as well.
When can we expect it? Do you know yet or you're not sure?
I'm hoping by end of the year or beginning of next year, definitely. It's got to be up.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's got to be.
And what is slowing you down? Is it the publishing company just taking a little bit longer than expected, needing more time?
That's exactly right. The editing, so which is that's finished. Thank God for that. Now it's the publishing that we're on to. So now it's all about choosing what font I want, what size of the font, how I want my cover book to look like, how I want the font of the cover book to be, the size of the book, and then you also got to make sure, for example, I'm willing to put my book on Amazon, right? So I gotta adhere to their requirements and see what sizes they allow. So I gotta
for shipping and stuff. Is that what it's for?
Pretty much for shipping, pretty much for shipping, and just whatever their rules are, which we got to follow pretty much.
So when it is ready, will we be able to purchase it from a website or from Amazon? Where can we expect to find it?
Definitely. So I'm gonna have a Shopify. There'll be you can get it from Shopify, or you can get it from Amazon.
Perfect.
But there's also gonna be an e-version, which is great for those that don't like reading. Of
they can
books.
keep it on their phone or the computer.
Exactly. That's exactly
that's
right.
so smart.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited, Angie.
Yeah. I'm excited for it too, because a lot of people are waiting, for it, and I know it's taken so long, but I don't want to present something, where it's not, where it's going to be incomplete. I want to make sure that I have it perfectly done, perfectly written, perfectly set, layout, everything, because that all affects.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I can't wait to see it.
Hopefully soon.
How did you go about finding a publishing company? Was it just a matter of Googling, or were you recommended? How did you
I was actually recommended. So I got a few. So, and then I picked the one that's obviously best suited for my budget.
Of course.
So if anybody was to write a book or anything like that, do so much research, ask people, right? And especially if you have a following on Instagram or Facebook, post it on your story. You're not going to lose anything, because you don't know what you're going to get.
So
right?
Post like, I'm looking for a publishing company.
Exactly. Just right. I'm looking for a publishing company. If anybody knows, please DM me.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's not,
it's valuable.
Exactly.
People are all there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like your audience is there.
That's right. That's right. Because somebody may know someone, right, that can, refer you.
It's true.
To them.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
it's like networking. You got a whole network of
exactly
followers that could potentially know someone
definitely.
that you need.
Yeah. I mean, you can try Google, right? You can try doing Google, but I think that if somebody knows someone, I don't know, I feel like it's better. It's a good, in a way. It's a good way.
Word of mouth is a good way.
Exactly. Supporting other businesses.
That's right.
Small businesses, right? So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing that with
us.
No
worries.
Okay, I was going to ask you if you can share some challenges that you overcome in creating the book.
Yeah.
I know you had a few. Do you want to talk about any of them, or are they?
Yeah. So I've had my book pretty much edited maybe now 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
So I've had it edited by 2 different people.
So they're are they like editors for?
Yeah, they are professional editors.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, they are professional editors. So the first editor I wasn't very happy with. When the book was edited second time, still wasn't happy with it. So I decided not to waste any more time and go out there and look for another editor. In saying that, looking for another editor, again, I asked somebody. Right? So I had one of my girlfriends who follows like a women's business page on Facebook. So she decided to help me and put a post over there.
Oh, that's great.
And this is how I found my editor. I got a list of editors. And then I went on a few on their website, had a look, and then by the time I chose the person that I wanted to do my book, so I went ahead with her. It was amazing. It was beautifully, edited. But I still went back and I still did my own touch to it.
Yeah, because you want it to feel like it's coming from you.
It's your piece of work at the end of the day, and you can do whatever you want with it as long as you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so the main challenge there was that
it was editing. I reckon. That took so much. That took actually a couple of months. I'd say. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so interesting, because you wouldn't even think that would be hard, because you just have an editor do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to worry about it.
That's what I thought. But it's actually not.
Yeah. No.
You have got to go back and you got to check every single word that they have touched to see whether you're happy with it or not.
Yeah. That's good advice.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a bit lazy in that sense. I'm like, the editor did a good job. I'll just have a skim read. You know what I mean?
You know what? It's different to when you're writing a book.
Yeah.
Because that book is you don't know who's going to touch that book open the book, and then if they see a mistake, that's boom, this is there's a review for you.
Oh, that's right.
So
that's
we want to
true.
keep up the good reviews as much as we can.
Got to check your editor.
Yeah, exactly. So we can't satisfy everybody, but we can do as much as we can to make that piece of work look amazing.
Yeah, and it be true to what you're wanting to put out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
perfect.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about hair and products you like to use. What are your 3 favorite hair products at the moment, and why?
Cool. So I've got my number 1 product that I use that doesn't last me. This is the Kune spray wax. So this is what I use to achieve my glamorous waves, right?
Okay.
Neat, glamorous waves. So spray wax, what it does is that it actually tames all of the baby hairs and it makes the hair look flawless and clean.
Wow.
And
so do you put it like spray it on top?
Yeah. So the way I do it is I curl each strand, let it cool down, spray it, brush it out.
Wow. And do you brush it out straight away?
Oh, well, obviously you gotta let it cool down, right?
Yeah.
Once it's cooled down, once it's
And why is that? Because I'm
cool
someone
down?
that doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah. So we let it cool down just so it holds shape. If you don't let it cool down, if you just let it, let it go off the curler straight away, the curl will not last.
Ah.
It's still hot.
So
right?
do you have to pin it? Do you pin it or you just kind of hold
Sometimes I pin it, sometimes I just hold it until it cools down, right? It's pretty much like with food. Like when you bake something, right? You got to let it cool down so you can, see what the taste is like.
Okay, if it's too hot.
If it's
is
too
it because
hot,
is it because you've just curled it and made it hot and it's still hot, and if you were to brush it out you'd straighten it a bit?
Drop.
Okay.
Right? And it just wouldn't set in place and it wouldn't look as defined.
Okay.
And it wouldn't hold it in a good shape as well.
So when it's hot,
cooled down.
you spray it, or when it's cool?
When it's cooled down, you spray it.
Okay. And then you brush it out.
And then you brush it out. Exactly.
Sorry, I have no idea.
Yeah. Sometimes what you can do as well, you can curl the whole hair and then you can just pretty much flip your hair upside down, spray that all over your hair and brush it out. You can even do
after
that.
After you curl it?
After you have curled
that's
it.
a good tip. I could probably do that.
Yeah,
that sounds like something I could do.
You get so much volume. You will also get so much shine into the hair and you won't have those baby hairs coming out of
I get baby
everywhere.
hairs all the time.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Well, you shouldn't have that. I mean, your hair's pretty long.
Oh, it is a little bit. I don't know. Okay, another product. So what's another?
Another product is my second favorite product is the Puff Me by Design Me.
Okay.
Which is I think it's a company based in Canada where they've sent me a few of their products.
Wait, is that the pink one?
The pink one.
Yeah, that's the one I got sent.
Viral. Everyone uses that product, right? So this is my go-to that I use. Obviously, this is what I use to achieve my big voluminous curls.
And do you put them underneath?
Yeah, you put it on the root.
And it like adds volume here.
It adds volume. Sometimes when I create my beachy, effortless curls, pretty much after I have brushed out the hair, applied spray wax, I pump out a few spritz of the powder, and then I just pretty much with my hands I just take it and I just
you make it textured.
Make it look more like you just done it at home.
Okay,
much.
not so like polished.
Exactly, not so polished.
Oh yeah, and that's
exactly
more of like the effortless look.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
And one more product.
One more product. It would be my teasing comb.
Oh yes.
So I don't have it here to actually physically show you here, but the teasing comb that I use, the teeth, they go up and down. So there's one long, one short, one long, one short, right?
Yeah.
And the reason for that is, so there's actually good tension, and so when you tease, right, you get that, you get that teasing happening. Sometimes
it gets better grip on the hair.
It gets better grip, exactly. Sometimes there are combs where the lines of the teeth of the comb are all straight. It doesn't tease as well, right?
Okay.
So with the other comb that I use, when I tease, that tease is locked in the root.
Oh, wow.
And it doesn't come down.
Oh wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and where do you get that comb from?
So that is actually hard to find in Australia. I get it from like AliExpress or Alibaba or something like that.
Just like a textured comb, and people should look for the short.
Yeah, exactly.
The short bristle.
Maybe
and the
like
long bristle.
maybe like I can take a photo of it and then you can post a photo.
Yeah, I'll
of it,
post a photo.
And then you can show people on how you can literally find it on AliExpress.
All right.
It's there.
eBay as well, maybe.
You could probably find it on eBay too. I haven't tried eBay, so I've tried AliExpress. So
All right.
yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's amazing.
Thanks for sharing those.
No
I feel like
problems.
they're probably like golden tips that people are gonna have to be writing down straight away.
Yeah,
Because I did not know any of those tips that you just gave. So I am now a little bit smarter at doing my hair.
Oh, happy to hear that.
Yeah. What's something you can tell us that people may not know about you? It could be a hobby, a side project, or something you're passionate about.
Cool. So, two things that I'm hugely passionate about outside of my hairdressing career: fashion, nutrition.
Ooh, I love that.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Tell us more about it.
So, I've always been into nutrition since I was back at school. I always watched what I was eating, right? At times I wasn't eating very healthy, but I always knew that something like I've got something to do with nutrition, right? Whether it's taking vitamins or whether it's looking at the food that I eat or whether it's making healthy recipes as well. So at one stage I did want to study nutrition and dietetics.
Oh, did you? Wow.
Yes, I even inquired when I was back at school. I even inquired with universities to see what's the ATAR that I need to get, or the UAI or whatever it's called, that to enter that course. But then I kind of lost track, and I kind of lost my hobby in studying, because actually I used to love studying. I used to love reading and all these sort of things, and then I just lost that.
Yeah. Maybe because you're so creative.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, I'm more of a practical person.
Yeah, but also you're an artist, right? So sometimes, because I find sometimes for me, I'm very creative because I'm a graphic designer as well as a makeup artist. So I sometimes like actually sitting there and writing or like focusing on like words on a page or whatever for a long period of time. I'm like, I need to do something creative now. You know what I mean? Maybe is that what happened with you? Yeah,
definitely. And then I'd say maybe 7 years ago. 5 years ago, I joined a network marketing company that was with got to do with health. So I used to pretty much help people get their health back on track by supplementing them with number 1 rated vitamins.
Oh wow!
In the world, yeah. So they are incredible. They are incredible vitamins that I still take today, and I still share with other people who are interested in listening, right? Because there are some people, I'm interested, but then once they finish talking with you, it's like they have completely forgotten about what we spoke about.
Yeah. What vitamins do you like?
So
recommend?
I take USANA Health Sciences.
Oh, okay,
For those that don't know, it's called USANA Health Sciences. So I pretty much take a lot of their products. I absolutely love them. And
what do you take them for? What, like?
I just take them like just for general health.
Yeah, like right? Multivitamins, like hair, skin,
pretty
and nails.
Much. Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah,
like
that's
vitamin
exactly.
C and stuff.
That's exactly right. Just to keep that immune system, up there all the time, right? Because a lot of our food is depleted in nutrients, and it does affect the immune system as well. So that's what I do, and obviously that it's really important for me. It's because the hours that I do are very long, right?
Yes,
so I need
taxing
the
on
energy.
Your body.
Exactly. I need the energy, and obviously all of the products that we use. They're still made out of chemicals at the end of the day. So that's what I pretty much do to take care of my health.
Okay, so you got this. You like nutrition, and you said fashion too.
Fashion as well, yeah. I've always been into fashion. I always look out for fashion stuff, on Instagram.
Do you like dressing yourself and stuff, or are you interested in the fashion industry in general?
I'm interested in fashion industry, and I also dress myself as well.
You enjoy finding nice items and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. I didn't know that about you, so that's cool.
Honestly, not a lot of people know about it just because I don't speak about it.
Yeah.
Because my page is strictly focused on hair.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, but I feel also whenever we've interacted, it's been to do with like beauty stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So we never get to talk. We don't really go off the path.
Exactly.
Really, do we?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Last question.
Cool.
If you could give one piece of advice to anyone trying to make a break in the hair industry, what would it be?
First of all, know your why, right? Why is it that you want to do it, and what is it going to do? That's what's your why going to do to you to make a huge difference, and how you can obviously start, right? Second of all is practice as much as you can. Like, honestly, it's not enough, right?
Yeah.
Practice is not enough. You just got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Until this day, I practice, right? So...
That's really good, yeah.
Exactly. A lot of people say practice makes perfect. For me, it's practice makes progress, right?
That's good, yeah. Great.
So, if you think about it, to me, you can never be perfect in something, but you can just keep getting better and better and better and better. That's what really makes it perfect.
I agree.
Can you see the shift there? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Here? So, stick to your passion. Never lose that hope. Don't listen to what others say. You always get those, oh, you can't do it, or you're not good enough.
Yes, of course.
Or there's too many people out there, or there's too many this. Never listen to that, right? Because you never know what you can come up with and that could change the whole world for you.
I agree. I love that, Andy. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. Great advice.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for chatting with me.
No, thank you so much for having me. This is actually so cool.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I love chatting with you and learning more about you.
Definitely.
And learning some tips and everything. And I feel like we had a really good chat. Like,
yes, definitely.
We delved into a lot of different things.
We did. Absolutely.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thanks.
I am so grateful for my time spent talking with Andy. He really opened up and shared some of his most personal challenges and how he feels he found his success in the industry. Andy is very hardworking, and it is evident in how he talks about his career and the passion he has for each style he creates. I love that Andy spent so many hours throughout the years practicing and perfecting his skill. He knows there is always more to learn and is driven by a challenge. Here are some main points I learnt from my conversation with Andy. Always believe in yourself, even when no one else does. Even Andy's own mother didn't support his career choice at first, but now she is his #1 fan. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Try new things that you haven't done before if you want a new level of success. Provide free content for your audience to gain your trust. Andy provides free hair tips on his Instagram consistently, and it pays off for him in the long run.